What's going on, guys? What's happening? What's going on? Welcome back to another one. Hope all is well. Cleveland Browns linked to Deion Sanders as next head coach. What do you guys think about that? Cleveland Browns linked to Deion Coach Prime Sanders as next head coach. This is coming from a reputable publication. They put it out there. So something could be going on down the line. And I'm going to read this article. And we're going to go, and I'm going to tell you why this could possibly be his last season at Colorado. I'm just looking at like how some of the alumni, former players at Colorado, mainly Matt McChesney, the way they're talking about him, they're not showing him any respect, and he doesn't deserve it. You know, his credentials should speak for itself. Yes, you're going to have a bad season. He's in a rebuilding season. There's a lot of things on his plate. He had to deal with some health issues in the off season, and he also had to deal with a health issue during the season. He had to have surgery, then come back. That doesn't matter to these people. They just see that, okay, they got blown out. This is a little bit bigger than football, you know. Hey, at the end of the day, they lost. I mean, what can you do? They just don't have it yet in the personnel. It's okay to say that. They need a little bit more help. They need some more dogs on the team. They need some more people like Chidozie. They don't have Chidozie anymore. They lost a lot of people. Guys, of course, they lost Shador Sanders. They lost Travis Hunter. They lost Cameron Silman Craig. They lost Shiloh Sanders. They lost, hold on, let me just go down the line. And let me just show you how they took a huge hit. They lost, of course, Shador Sanders. They lost the Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter. They lost Cameron Silman Craig. They lost Shiloh Sanders. They lost Jimmy Horn Jr. They lost LeJontay Wester. They lost Will Shepard. They lost Chidozie. They lost Hill Green. Guys, they lost a lot of players that they can. They also lost what's his name? He's doing real good at Tennessee right now. They lost him. There's a lot of players now. I don't know why they're losing these players. I don't know if it's his coaching style, the way he's talking to them. I'm not sure. I've heard that. I'm getting secondhand information from this saying that Hill Green wasn't wanted there. And my question is, I don't know why Hill Green is somebody that wouldn't be wanted. So yeah, so I'm not sure. There's a lot going on with the program, but one thing that I do know before I get into this article, the main problem right now at Colorado, they may not have the effort from the players. I go back to again what Ray Lewis said. How many players are going home, putting their phone down, getting in their studies, and studying film and doing that for a few hours? Only 3 people raised their hand. That's the issue. I don't care what anybody say. You could say it's the coaching. Listen, you can have Dom Capers there as a defensive coordinator. It's not going to work if they're not putting the time in the film. They literally can have Dom Capers there, and it's not going to work. Okay. You said, man, this is some BS. Stop it. I'm reading the article. Don't tell me what to do. You go to another page and tell them what to do. I'm a senior. I'm up there near a senior citizen. I'm Coach Prime age. Don't come tell me a grown man what to do. Don't do that. I know that in your generation, y'all don't know how to fucking act, but you don't come here and tell me what to do. Don't say it's some bullshit and stop it. Go somewhere else. You don't come here and tell me this. I'm doing a show and I'm going to get through the show and I'm out of here. That's it. So you guys and your generation, y'all don't know how to fucking act. You would never say that to somebody in their face, stop the bullshit and stop it. You would never do that. So don't do it here. So, like I'm saying, let me get into the show. And yes, this probably is his last year here. They're not respecting him. We're going to get into what Matt McChesney is saying in a second. He's being disrespectful. Matt McChesney is being disrespectful. And you could tell him I said that. I'm older than he is. So the fuck what? I don't care how he think. He's being disrespectful. And it's for no reason. They don't have the personnel right now. If they had, let me tell you something. If they had the personnel, they wouldn't have let all those people miss that tackle on that wide receiver if they had the right personnel. They don't have the right personnel. It's just that simple. Okay. You can have all the gold jackets you want, but if you don't have the personnel, it's not going to mean anything. So let me get into this article real quick, and I'm gonna get into what Matt and them are saying as well. The Cleveland Browns are in a tough position looking ahead at the future. Kevin Stefanski has been unable to turn the franchise into a winner, and the product of the field has continually gotten worse. Many believe that the Browns should consider moving on from their head coach and bringing in a new voice to lead the way. Should Kevin Stefanski get fired, the question becomes who could replace him? Around the NFL, there are plenty of intriguing coordinators who are poised to make the leap to become head coaches. There's also some options in college football world who would make sense. That being said, the idea of bringing in Deion Sanders to Cleveland has not been a very popular option. Could it actually be an option? Morgan Marty of the Sporting News took a look at Sanders' potential future. Sanders was mentioned as a possible fit for the Browns. This one is another hypothetical, given that the Browns are currently coached by Kevin Stefanski. But the coach's 42-50 overall record in Cleveland, paired with the team's 2-6 start in the 2025 season, means the job could be open in the coming months. While Sanders has said previously that he doesn't think he'll be able to coach in today's NFL. He could reunite with his son Shador in the NFL. His son Shador Sanders is currently the backup quarterback in Cleveland. Dylan Gabriel's the starter. This should change if Sanders decides to take over the team and take the job. Shador would likely be the starter. Sanders has compiled a career college coaching record of 43-24. With Colorado, he has gone 16-18, including 3-6 so far this season. More than likely, Cleveland will not be hiring Sanders as its next head coach. He can't be completely ruled out at this point in time, but it could be an absolute shock if the Browns rolled with him as their man after Stefanski. It will be interesting to see what future has in store for both Cleveland and Sanders. Now, I'm gonna give my opinion on that since somebody was totally rude in here and then let me get my point across yet because I just started the show. I didn't get my point on it yet. I'm reading the article. My point is, I don't think that's likely, but he does know the owner though. They do know each other. They're very familiar with each other. The owner was at Shador's pro day. I don't know if y'all know that. He was there. So the owner was looking at Shador. Yeah, he was at the pro day, I believe, when they were at Boulder. I believe the owner of the Browns, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, was the Browns owner at the pro day? Because I think I remember seeing him there. He was just kind of playing the cut. But I believe he was there though. There was another owner there as well. And I just actually let me find out. I'll tell you right now. I had it saved somewhere. Let's see. I got it saved somewhere. Um, it might have been another. Yes, Jimmy Haslam was there. Something is up here. He was there. He was at the pro day. He was there, and he thought enough of Shador to travel to the pro day. He traveled there. See, a lot of it's like it's weird what's going on in Cleveland right now. It's weird. But we do know now the reason why Shador is not playing. Shador did have an injury. He had a legitimate injury. That's why he's not. I think that's why he's not playing because it didn't make sense for them to. He had a very good production in the off season in preseason, and I know Joe Flacco was there, and then they had him as the third string because they had drafted Dylan first, so I get it. But nowadays, it looks like he's the better of the two quarterbacks. So what's going on? Now we figure out he have this back situation, but if something happens in this game coming up, if they say that he's ready to go, yeah, but you might be older and wiser, but you're disrespectful because you told me that you what you told me. You didn't have no right to come in my show and tell me what to say. So you were being disrespectful. I don't care how old you are. You were being disrespectful. If you was in front of my face, we would have words. I wouldn't disrespect you in front of your face, but I would pull you to the side and we would have words. You're not going to disrespect me like that. You did. And it was uncalled for. I don't care who you are. I don't care how old you are. I give respect in here and I want it back. You didn't do that. So I'm gonna move on from that. I'm just gonna act like you're not here. So um, so what was I saying? What the hell was I saying? So I was reading an article and I'm giving my opinion on the article. You didn't even give me a chance to give my opinion on the article. You just said, stop it. You being disrespectful. See, people like you have the room now to be disrespectful because I can't reach out and touch you. So that's why people are more disrespectful now. You know what I'm saying? But and for sure, hold on a second. Well, let me just block you. Fuck your subscription and fuck your mother. All right. Now I'm being disrespectful with you right now. Excuse me, guys. I had to be disrespectful with this jerk. And I promise you, if I would have been in front of your face, I would have called an assault charge. So you got to be careful who you talking to. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what I'm going through, and you're not going to sit up here and disrespect me. So take your old ass somewhere else. How about that? Sorry, guys. Yeah, I don't take disrespect from nobody. I don't care who it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm very respectful here, and I don't take no disrespect. You talking about me to cut it out? You go to some other page and tell them to cut it out. You go to Mark McChesney page and tell him to cut it out. Don't come over here and tell me to cut it out. Now, don't tell me to be cool. Don't tell me to be cool. You know, he's not going to sit up here and tell me to go cut it out. He go tell Matt McChesney to cut it out because he's being disrespectful to Coach Prime because he didn't like Coach Prime from the very beginning and it's starting to show. And when I say I think this might be his last year, I mean that. I think this might be his last year in Colorado. He doesn't need Colorado. He doesn't need them. He did everything for that school and they don't appreciate it. He did everything for that school and they don't appreciate it. Okay, I agree. Yeah, they did get blown out and get belt ass. They did. Now, I think the problem is with the personnel because I remember Coach Prime, he kept asking them, are they studying their film? He said, you guys are going to study your film and all that, right? He shouldn't have to tell them that if they trying to be winners. He shouldn't have to tell them to go study film and put the work in. It's a problem. It's not the coaching. It's the problem. It's the personnel first. Because how are you going to prepare and win against a ball club if you don't study film like your life depended on it? I'm talking about studying film like your life depended on it. I know what I'm talking about here. I know what I'm talking about. And my perspective changed on this situation. I thought it was the coaching. My perspective have changed on it. It might be the coaching as well, right? But my perspective changed on the situation when Ray Lewis said, how many people put their phones away and cut their phones off and take out their playbook and look at the film and just lock in for a few hours? Only 3 people raised their hand. You're not going to win that way. Okay? You're not. You're not going to win that way. And then he said, well, how many people get together and hang out and watch film? Nobody raised their hand. You're not going to win that way because it's all about self there. I got my money. But let's see if they get to the NFL, though. No, they're not. There's a few people that will get to the NFL that's on the team. There's a few people there. But if Coach Prime leave, they're all gone. They will not be at Colorado next season. I mean, every last one of them. So, when I hear people give their opinion and they're very passionate, that's one thing. But to be downright disrespectful is another. See, we live in a different day and age now where people think they could be disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the life we live now. That's just the era we live in. Let me tell you something. I stayed alive for so long. I lived in very rough environments. I stayed alive so long because I had respect for people and I stayed the fuck out of people's business. That's why I'm living. So I come from a different fucking environment here. Like I stay out of the way and I mind my business and I got respect for people because you never know who you're talking to. But if they don't respect you, you got to give it back to them. Period. The way people are talking about him right now is disrespectful. Wait a minute. Before he got there, you only won one fucking game. So this is not the worst y'all been through in the past 6 years. It's not. You guys only won one game before he got there. You guys were horrible for a decade. That's worse than this. Now, if he decided to stay there for the next 4 to 5 years, he gonna turn the team around. He will figure it out. He will. That'll give him enough time to get the caliber of players he want there. He has some caliber of players there, but he don't have enough that to take to compete. He doesn't have enough. Some of these people need to be 3 levels down. That's on the team. And some people, they're just holding up a spot. They're wasting a spot. They should never be playing Power 5 football. This is not one of those schools where it's predominantly just straight football, like hardcore. You're gonna get your hardcore football players to come there. Like I'm talking about football is their only way out. Them type of dogs. They don't have those. Shadozi has before when Ray Lewis came in, he confirmed it. Shadozi had already said it, and Ray Lewis confirmed it. They're soft. And when you identify somebody as soft, they can never get hard. Never. It's a mentality. It's something you're born with. It's a mentality. You'll never get it. That's why everybody can't be boxers. Everybody can't get hit in the damn face. You ever been hit in the face by somebody? I used to box. You ever been hit in the face? Until you get hit in the face, your plan changes. Once you get hit in the face one time, one good time, get hit in the face. And after a while, people know when you're in a boxing match, your face becomes numb. You'll feel it after the fight. But can you get hit in the face though? Can you dish it and take it back? You know what I'm saying? They may not have it. And it's okay. It's not that the players is lack of effort. They're giving effort. I'm seeing it on the field, but they don't have enough because they're not prepared. They're not well studied. They're not well studied. Anytime somebody comes up to one of your three techniques and one of your nose tackles and say you're not giving enough, that's a problem. That's a problem, and Shadozi has identified it, and Ray Lewis confirmed it. There's nothing Coach Prime could do here. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the personnel. He doesn't have the personnel, man. And it's okay. I don't know how he's going to get it has to be through recruiting. It has to go through the high school level. You, um, Alabama found Caleb Downs in high school. Caden Proctor was found in high school. They gotta hit the high school for these dogs, and then you build them up. Which they have been. They got some people from high school that are playing now. They do. You know what I'm saying? So they are doing it, but you have to give him enough time. This is a rebuilding phase, guys. Travis and them left. He's rebuilding again. Now, see, I know people are saying, well, this is the third year. You don't count this. I'm going to tell you why. When he got there, he had to damn near find a whole new team. Because did you know most of the people that left his team, he didn't kick them off the team? They all got together and decided they were going to leave before the spring game. This is what people are not saying here. He didn't kick all the people off the team that first year. He did not. There was a few people he told, hey, it's not going to work out. But most of them got together before the spring game because I know they made a video about it. I saw it. They made a video about it. They were kind of like, yeah, what you about to do? They quit before the spring game to make him look bad. So he had to go in the transfer portal and get a bunch of people. Now, in the second year, he didn't have to go in the transfer portal to get that many people because the foundation was already laid. Travis and them was already there. The foundation was starting to be laid. He got Chidozie and a few other people, right? But then the third year, he has to rebuild again because he lost those people. So theoretically, it's going to be about his fifth to sixth year before this thing is turned around. Theoretically, that's how that. I mean, we being realistic here. I would say about. Let me see. This is his third year. I would say his fifth year. His fifth year in Colorado, he gonna turn this thing around. But these people acting like they're impatient. They know it takes time to build a team. When he brought the Louis Luggage only had 2 years left. And then he brought Chidozie. Chidozie only had 1 year eligibility. He had a good team. That team was really good on paper last year. He had a lot of pros on the team. Jimmy Horn, that was his last year. When he brought in what's his name with Jimmy Horn, he only had 1 year eligibility, and that worked out for him. He went to the goddamn Arizona Cardinals. He had pros on that team. He don't have them now. Okay, he has a few pros. He has some youngins on the team that will be pros. Make no mistakes about it. Okay, but he needs more. He need to go get more. So it's going to take about another couple years. Okay, he don't have the personnel yet. That's the reason. Okay? That's the reason. I know that's the reason. I know what a good team looks like. I've been watching them for years. He don't have it yet. I said it last year. I said on paper, this is a good team. I said I'm calling for this team to win 8 games. I said that last year. He has the personnel. I told you guys, I said Jimmy Horn is good. People used to joke at me on these live chats saying that he can't catch a ball. I said, God damn. The fucker, who are you people? I said that it ain't enough ball to go around. That's what I said. It ain't enough ball to go around, but when he get his touches, he makes it work. I said he's a good fucking quarterback. Watch, he just life just changed. And guess what? He's on the Carolina Panthers. I know what I'm talking about. I don't need to read X's and O's. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I've seen great teams. I know what it takes. Coach Prime is he's looking for a few good men. He need more. He need more. He need the type of player that eats, sleep, and shit football. There's levels to this. Ray Lewis was one of them. I remember him at the University of Miami. And I bet y'all didn't know this how far I go back. He played with Rohan Marley, Bob Marley's son. Okay? And The Rock and Warren Sapp. And I believe, was Gino Torretta there? Was he the quarterback? I believe so. Okay? You didn't have to tell them to watch film. Okay? That's what Coach Prime is looking for. He's looking for that caliber of player. He don't have it yet. He has some. Jordan Seaton is one of them. You see how he transformed his body in the all season. You remember throughout the all season when Shador was working out? Go look at Jordan Seaton videos. He was working out the whole off season up in Boulder, transforming his body. He's one of them. They need more like Jordan Seaton. They need more. They need a few. Coach Prime said he needs 6 on each side of the ball. He need at least 6 or 4 to 6, and he's ready to go. Don't have that yet. That's the deal. Okay? That's why he said, you put this all on me. Don't put this on my coaches. You put this on me. Y'all didn't say nothing about Robert Livingston last year. So what changed? Everybody was giving him his props. Oh, he this, he's that, he this and that. You know why he was this and that? Because he had the personnel. That's why. And I'm not saying he don't have a few good men now. Maybe they're growing into it because he got some freshmen on the team. They're growing into it. He needs some, like I'm talking about, football is their only way to fuck out. He needs somebody that's super talented, right? He needs somebody that's super talented, right? But football is his only way out with that mentality. That's what he needs. Go look at those Penn State offensive linemen. He needs some shit like that. Go look. They look like killers. He got some on the team now. He does, but I think some of them their last year eligibility is this year. His offensive line is not that bad this year. It's not. He fixed that. He need people on that defensive line that strike fear in people. Chidozie was one of them. I just wish he had one more year of eligibility because they're lacking right there. You need somebody that's willing to put their hands through a fucking wall. You know how you know when you hit him with that first strike, when you hit that offensive lineman on his chest or near his shoulders, you gotta act like you putting a hole through a fucking wall. All disrespect intended. You allowed to assault him for the whole fucking game. You need that mentality. I'm gonna sit here and assault you the whole game. You're mine. I'm gonna assault you. They can find those people. They're out there. They just got to go get them. They could get some in the transfer portal, but it takes a moolah. That's what it takes, man. You know, I know people got their opinion, but trust me, man. Trust me, man. Ain't nobody said nothing about Livingston last year. Livingston was responsible for a Heisman Trophy win. Okay? He's the only defensive coordinator to coach a Heisman Trophy winner last year. The only one. Okay? He had the personnel. He had the Silman Craigs. He had Shiloh that was always at the ball. Shiloh was always at the ball. His first year, he led the team in tackles. He was so damn at the ball. His second year, he had some help. He had Chidozie on the team. He had some help. The reinforcements came. Hill Green came. The reinforcements. Okay? This is why they're struggling right now. They lost a lot of personnel last year. They have to rebuild. He's in a rebuilding phase again. Part 2. This is rebuilding part 2. This is going to take another 2 years. They're gonna do okay next year, but that year after that, then Coach Prime could start talking his shit because they're going to be good. And he has the track record. The way he built Jackson State, he has a track record. He's the only coach last year to have built a Heisman Trophy winner. He built them. Okay? He was the reason why Travis won the Heisman Trophy. Nobody else. Nobody else would have played Travis like that. In fact, that his team now is not playing him like that. That's why he's not getting his groove. He don't break a sweat. He ain't even breaking a sweat in the NFL. Now he hurt a little bit right now, but and now we got these people sitting up here. Why is this? Why is that? Why is this? Yo, why was y'all 1-11 before he got there? Ain't nobody was checking for Colorado before he got there. Nobody. Nobody was checking for him. Look what he did for the local economy. Look what he did for the ticket sales. Look how much money he brought that damn school. And y'all sitting up here bumping y'all gums, being disrespectful. But y'all didn't like him in the beginning. I hope he go to Florida State. I hope so. I hope that they buy him out. He go to Florida State. Because if he go to Florida State, he would never have this problem ever again. Getting dogs. Never. He will never have that problem ever again. He gonna have people that's ready to go compete and they eat shit and sleep football. He'll have them tight. Ain't nobody said he need defensive coordinators last year. Nobody said that. Nobody said it last year. So why this year? Because they need the personnel. Let me tell you something, right? I don't care how bad your scheme is. You don't miss a wide receiver don't break that many tackles. He had so many hands touching him and he still broke through. It's a personnel issue. It is. The scheme could be all messed up, but if I got a bunch of dogs on the team that don't study film, we gonna make it happen. Period. Let me tell you something, man. I remember teams back in the day, back when I played, fuck a playbook. We gonna run this formation and we gonna make a damn tackle. That's it. We ain't need to call no damn play on defense. You make a damn play. That's it. How about that? How about those apples? Oh, you gonna call a blitz? Okay, them two is blitz, and it's my turn to blitz. You do blitz. That's how they did it. Hey, Randy Moss, I need you to go deep for a play. Listen, man, go watch when Randy Moss played with Tom Brady. They only had one play for him. Brady going deep to Moss. That was it. That was it. The only reason why they lost they didn't make it to the Super because of freaking Eli Manning. Eli Manning had that. He had their number. He had New England. He was a New England killer. They don't have enough on the team, especially on defense. Offense, they do. They do have some couple good wide receivers on offense. They just got to get the ball to them. That when Coach Prime said it's on him, that's on him because he should have went with Juju. That might have been on him. But the problem is, I'm thinking Juju might be preserving his red shirt. That's why they didn't play him. You know what I mean? It makes sense that they're playing him now because he can afford to play 2 more games. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens with him next year. But trust me, he's gonna figure it out. He's gonna get them dogs in. He's gonna get them. He's gonna identify who was slacking and they're gone, and he'll go get them dogs to come in. He'll go get them. You don't need 5 stars to come in. You just need dogs. You need somebody that's hungry. You need somebody that want to sit up there and watch film all night with the coach. If Coach Sapp had a bunch of people that act like him, you wouldn't be talking about his coaching style ever again. Ever again. Okay? You wouldn't be talking about he needs to replace everybody. All he needs to go find some pupils that are crazy like Coach Sapp on that defensive line. He need them crazy though. He got to go find them crazy. It's a mentality. I'm telling you. He needs to go find a bunch of killers. That's what he need to go find. and then Coach Sapp will do the rest. That's it. That's it. Let him go find a couple people like Will Smith. Rest in peace. They even got a move named after him. It's called the Will Smith. Let him go find somebody like that. They're out there. They're in high school though. He got a few right now. He has a few right now. He has the freshman that was a freshman last year. From I think he's from Detroit. He's one of them. He's up and coming. But Twin and Walker, I think this their last year. They're headed to the NFL. But he need like some bona fide, like I'm talking about you're scared when they come around. Okay. If once he get those in, you won't worry about the defensive line ever again. You won't worry about it. Now, as far as the linebacker is concerned, I'm not sure how they let go of Hillgreen. I'm getting secondhand information on that. They, according to somebody, they said they didn't want him. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. What you mean they didn't want him? He's at Alabama starting. I don't believe that. Could have been money. It could have been something else. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not privy with the team. I remember it was a few drafts ago. There was a kid that got drafted from Alabama. He was a defensive end. He was a hybrid. He's kind of like he reminded me of Lawrence Taylor. I don't know if anybody ever remember this. It was a quick interview. You know, after you get drafted, shake Roger Goodell's hand, then you get an interview. She was like, "So, if you weren't playing football, what would you be doing?" He said, "I didn't have nothing else. It's just football." She said, "Yeah, but I'm talking about if you got hurt or not." He said, "No, that wasn't the plan. The plan was the NFL." He said, "Me and my mother worked certain hours so we can get certain coaching." He said, "We already talked about the NFL when I was in 8th grade. We already knew what we were gonna do. She was gonna get the coaching for me. Okay. I'm gonna eat shit and sleep football." And his mother was out there helping him with football. His mother. Okay. She worked for the post office. I remember that. And she was out there helping him with the goddamn three technique, man. I mean, whatever technique he was working, she was helping him with it. She had the pads and everything when he was in 8th grade because the plan was he had to get to the NFL. She was like, you didn't have any other plan. He said, "I ain't have no other plan B. This is the only plan. This is plan A and B." He need that, man. He need that mentality. He need that mentality. That's what he need. That when Coach Prime talk about the NFL and stuff, them players, they know they're not going to the NFL, man. That's going in one ear and out the other. They know they're not going. Because I guarantee you, if Coach Sapp have a bunch of people that act like Chidozie, you would never talk about the defensive line ever again. Ever. Ever. And you won't be talking about Coach Livingston ever again. Ever. Never. You won't be talking about him ever again in your whole entire life. Matt McChesney will now shut the fuck up. He will now shut the fuck up. If you had a bunch of people with Chidozie's, go look at his eyes when he was talking to the team. Go look. You need somebody like that. He sat up there and called them soft to their face. You need somebody with that mentality. I said it in year one. I said what they need. I said you need somebody with the heart of Dick Butkus. You need somebody with the fucking heart of Mike Singletary. God damn, Mike Singletary. You need somebody like Lawrence Taylor with that kind of spirit. Okay? You need that kind of spirit on the trenches. You need the spirit of Jeff Saturday on them trenches. Okay? That's what you need the spirit of. You need the spirit of the Pouncey twins on that line. Okay? The Pouncey twins. Marquise and Mike Pouncey. They retired at the same time. One played for the Steelers and one played for the Dolphins. They're identical twins. You need that kind of killer on the offensive line. That's what you need. You need the spirit of Ray Lewis in the linebacker position and Mike Singletary. That's all you need. You need the spirit of the Legion of Boom in the secondary. And y'all would never talk about Livingston ever again. Ever again. You need the spirit of Aaron Donald. You'll never talk about him ever again. That's you see what I'm saying? There's levels to it. They got to go find that type of dog. And guess what? He'll do it on his own. He don't need somebody like talking shit about him and this and that. He don't need your help, man. He don't need your help. He'll go find it. He has enough talent in that team to go find the dogs. They'll go find them. You need the spirit of Shador that don't give a damn about the lights. He don't give a damn how many times he got sacked. He's looking for LaJohntay Wester. You remember that play when he rolled to his left and found LaJohntay Wester? They called it a Hail Mary. It wasn't a Hail Mary. He just put it right on the money. You need the spirit of Travis Hunter. One is coming, though, because I'm not sure what grade Travis in, but he's on his way. And he's a dog. He's on his way. And that'll be year 2. Travis will be there. So trust me, Coach Prime will be fine as long as he wants to stay there. But with all this disrespect, and people are saying that they heard from people that the donors are having questions, fuck your questions. Fuck y'all questions, man. Y'all lucky to have them there. Fuck y'all questions. Y'all having questions. I hope Florida State go get him. I hope Florida State go get him and buy him out his contract. Because he would never have to worry about another dog ever again. Never. He'll keep them all in state. This man was diagnosed with cancer in the offseason. God damn. In the offseason. And still made it back in time for camp. And then had to have another surgery. And to be disrespectful is crazy to me. And he knew he was being disrespectful because he said, I know it's coming now. I know they're about to come now. And let me tell you something. We're not prime sexuals. I'm a heterosexual. I'm not a prime sexual. I'm just letting you know that. I don't know what a fucking prime sexual is. I'm a heterosexual, though. And I'm proud of it. Not a prime sexual. So I don't know what the fuck that is. That's just the most silly shit you purse wearing motherfuckers came up with. So I'm real. I'm real. I don't have no gimmicks here. I'm not trying to break shit down. I'm just telling you what the deal is. He need more personnel. That's it. He know it. He'll go get it. He'll go get it. He'll go get it. But it's gonna take a little bit to go get it. He'll go get it. And then he'll get it from high school as well. He got one that's coming in. He has one, yeah. He has one. Yeah, I heard Travis is a 3-star. He has one that's coming in though on that line. He has one coming in. And he's a pretty big kid. I saw him. Like Coach said, the dogs are looking at what he need. Because let me tell you something. If I had a son that's a really like a 5-star offensive lineman, I'll send him there. I said that's what he needs. He needs your services. He needs your services. He needs the spirit of Jalen Ramsey. Yes. He needs some shit like that, man. And Jalen Ramsey, go look. He eats shit and breathe football. All he do is study film. Jalen Ramsey does. If you don't eat shit and study film, you're not going to stay in the NFL that long. I don't care who you are. You're not. Look at Sauce Gardner. Ask him about how his day is, how much film he watched. Well, we didn't talk about them being coached correctly last year. We didn't talk about it. We're talking about it this year because it's a whole bunch they lost. They lost a lot last year because everybody eligibility was up, and it's showing right now. We miss it. We miss Shiloh Sanders out there. We miss Silman Craig out there. We miss Chidozie out there. We miss Hill Green out there. We miss Levanta Bentley out there. Okay, you get it now? We miss him. We miss him. He lost a lot, man. I remember somebody asked me at the beginning of the season, when so Max, what you think their record gonna be? I'm like, I don't know. I kept saying, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know. Like it's just like you winging it right now. Byron Leftwich ain't nowhere in the picture. They didn't sabotage last year. They didn't sabotage last year. Nobody talked about that last year. Maybe the first year we were talking about, not last year. No, the reason why they're saying that, Malik, because we came along because we weren't Colorado fans before Prime got there. What's up? What's up, Isaiah? Every team 4 to 5 years due to people graduating, the transfer portal. It takes a while to build a team. It will be an interesting season in Coach Ryan. He lost a lot. I don't know if he's gonna come back, guys. I don't know. This might be it for him. What is he gaining out of it at this point? Maybe he'll play one more year to see Jordan Seaton through. I could see that. Um, I guess or he might have the mentality where he's not trying to go out a loser. He might have that mentality. Then he'll stay and rebuild it, or rebuild somewhere else. I mean, I would much prefer him at Alabama or Florida State, somewhere in the SEC, because he wouldn't have to worry about people studying film anymore. Because you're getting a certain caliber of player. Now, Michael Vick, he could pull a Michael Vick. Now, y'all know what I mean. He could pull a Michael. He fired his whole staff. Y'all heard that? Michael, because they only won one game. Because I've been looking at his, I'm like, damn, they have no. I know he rebuilding because he just took over. But damn, Mike, I thought they gonna win more than one game. He just played Deshaun Jackson not too long ago. Deshaun beat him. And after that, Mike said, we can't do this no more. We can't do this no more. Dre, you say Clemson? He just need to go somewhere where he don't have to worry about the caliber of player. Yeah, the fans only blow when it's hot. That is true. Fans only blow when it's hot. That's true. Fans only blow. That's why he keep his circle low. Because think about all the people that's disrespecting right now. Let me tell you something. I don't know the first thing about no damn coaching. I don't. I don't know what he need to do as far as like what you say. People saying he need to fire the coordinator. I can't speak on that because I don't have no experience. I don't know. But what I do know is he needs some more dogs. That I know. I know that. That's why I keep saying it. That I know. And thanks to Ray Lewis, he got it out of him. And they couldn't lie about it. You know why? Because they have the record and they can see how much hours you putting in watching film when you log in. The coach has the numbers. So they couldn't lie and put their hands up. That's why only 3 people put their hands up. That was really telling, guys. You gotta study film. He said, Ray Lewis said, I wanted to know when Peyton Manning had to go to the bathroom and when he had to take a piss. I wanted to know. Because you know why? He wanted to know his tendencies. He wanted to know when Peyton Manning was getting ready to throw that ball or when he was about to hand it off. Because everybody has habits that you don't know that you're doing. It's like we all have these habits, and you have to identify. You have to keep watching the film to figure it out. You didn't say you said he can't coach. He can't coach. Who you listening to people when they you listening? What do you mean he can't coach? He coached a Heisman Trophy winner. I know what people are gonna say. I know Travis would have won it anyway. No, he wouldn't have. No, he wouldn't have because they wouldn't have played him like that. No, he wouldn't have. He would have played a little bit on both sides, but not like to that magnitude. No, he don't have the personnel. I'm telling you this. He don't. He has some though. He has a few because he got some killers on that offensive line. He does. He does. And I'm gonna tell you somebody else who he's building up. Yaya. Yaya's gonna be something. Give him another couple years. Yaya's gonna be something. Because you know why he's gonna be something? I identified how fast he is. He's fast. I ain't never seen a big man can move like that. He's almost like, well, I did see big men move like that. I seen Orlando Pace move like that. There's been big men in the past, but he got quick feet. I see it. So they just got to keep developing him. See that's somebody you keep and build up. So when he be a senior or fifth year senior, he's built up. So he is building them, but he need more. He need more. And some of these programs, guys, that he's facing, they've been building as before he got there. They've been building. You can't compare him to a Oregon. The Oregon is a well-oiled machine. They've been doing it for years. It takes years to build this shit. You know what I'm saying? It does, man. I'm being realistic, man. It takes years. I mean, it takes years to build it. You're not gonna sit up here and dominate after you lost Travis and all them. Nope, 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 nope. Sorry. Now you can't tell me Warren Sapp can't coach. Yeah, y'all not listening to that because he can. He used to coach NFL players. It's just people don't know that. No, you can't tell me that. Didn't Shadozi call that line soft? Yes or no? And somebody say yes or no. Did he call the line soft? Yes or no? That's the problem. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna have to agree to disagree. We're gonna have to agree to disagree. We're gonna have to agree to disagree. Shadozi called them soft. That's the problem. That you're soft. You have to be able to move a man against his will. You got to be able to take your rage out on another man. I wish I was young enough to play because my mentality is that man in front of me. He gonna try to fight me in a game because I'm gonna try to put my hand through his fucking chest every chance I get. My hands are gonna be battering rams. I'm gonna wrap them up real good. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna wrap them up real good, and I'm gonna turn them into battering rams. And I'm going to batter him. That's it. That's it. Okay. He's not touching my quarterback. That's out. He's not touching my quarterback. If I got to put my hands around his neck, he's not going to touch the quarterback. I promise you that. He's going to have a sore neck. He's not touching my quarterback. You got to have that mentality. You're not touching my quarterback. Okay. I'll take the penalty, but you're not touching my quarterback. That's out. Because the refs can't catch everything. They're not going to catch it all. The reason why I'm talking about last year is because they lost a lot of personnel. That's why. I don't, man. You guys are, man. I'm done with what I'm saying. Okay, I'm done with what I'm saying. But that's just what it is right there. Okay, you need the personnel. Bucky, what he said in this video about the out. Let me see what he said in his video about the alpha males. Hold, let me see. Let me see. Hold on. Well off. I think he had that title. Let me see. There's no alphas. Hold on. Let me go to that. Let me read the whole title. There's no alphas. Shadua Sanders, Colorado homecoming versus Arizona turns into a homegoing. He put there's no alphas. Y'all know what that means? There's no alphas. There's no alphas. All right, let me tell you this. I know this is going to be extreme. Y'all going to laugh at this. You give me a player like Lawrence Taylor, give me a Ray Lewis, somebody that's like that. Give me a Jadeveon Clowney. Yeah, you got to give me a Jadeveon Clowney. I want somebody crazy like Jadeveon Clowney. Okay, find me somebody like that. Find me a couple of the Bosa brothers. Find me a couple of them. Um, uh, we looking at the trenches right now. Let me see. Find me Orlando Pace. Find me who else? Let me see. Yeah, just find me somebody like that. Safeties. Find me some Ed Reeds. You find me somebody like that. You ain't talking about no goddamn coordinators. Okay. We not these are the type of players that make coordinators stars. We need somebody to make the coordinators look good. Okay. Find me a Caleb Downs. Um, find me a Joey Porter. Find me a Brian Cox. Yeah, find me some people that have that in them. Then we ain't worried about no coordinators. Okay. These are the type of players that make the coordinators look good. Okay. We need players like that. But you gotta find them, and how they gotta go to high school to go get them. Find me some Pac-Man Jones, man. Find me somebody like that. Find me somebody like what was the twin name? His twin was a running back. Find me a Rondé Barber. You feel me? Shit, give me a Tiki Barber too. God damn, give me a Tiki and Rondé Barber. Okay? Give me somebody like that, man. Y'all see what I'm saying? Give me somebody that make the coordinators look good. That's right. That's it. That's all you got to find. And now the coordinators could put their little playbook together and the plays they because the players, them type of players, they're into their playbook. Okay. They're studying their playbook. They're having meetings at each other's house about the playbook. Okay. Oh my God. Big rocks. Holy shit. Holy shit. He just talking about the best offensive lineman to ever do it. He said, find me a Anthony Munoz. Holy shit. Cincinnati Bengals. Oh my God. I'm getting chills right now. Find me a Anthony Munoz. Guys, you realize how deadly he was? You were not getting past Anthony Munoz. You weren't doing it. Find, find me a yo contextual. Yeah, that's my boy now. You know, Jersey. You know, my Jersey, bro. Find me a Richie Incognito. Hell yeah. Hell, you know what I'm saying? Look, they ain't got enough uh Eric Williams. Or do you mean Sean Williams? You talking about Sean or Eric Williams? You talking about the one from the Washington, right? That passed away. Find from Miami. Find me somebody like that. You said they need some of those linemen from Notre Dame. Dude, do you see how they look? They look like killers. Oh, Eric from the Cowboys. Okay. You see how they look though? Coming out the tunnel? Them are real bodyguards. We got some on this team now, though. We do. We do. We have some on the offensive line. We do. They got the offensive line right this year. Oh my God. He said Larry Allen. He said Larry Allen. Oh shit. Rest in peace to Cortez Kennedy. You feel me? Cortez Kennedy. Yeah, Jordan Seaton eats, sleeps, and shits and breed football, but we need more like him on the trenches. Yeah, Jordan Seaton is straight. We ain't got nothing, no problem with Jordan Seaton for sure. Yeah, these men want to go to the motherfucking NFL. That's what they need. You see them Notre Dame offensive linemen? Straight killers. You see how they wrap their hands up? Do y'all see it? How they be wrapping they just look everything about them look dangerous. You said Randy Moss, T.O., Michael Irvin, Jerry Rice, Larry Fitz. Find me a Larry Fitzgerald, and then I'll shut the fuck up. Find me a Larry Fitzgerald, man. But Seaton, he wraps his hands up too. Everything about Seaton looks tough. Everything. It's the way they walk. They got the big man walk because it's a big man's game. It goes down in the trenches. Okay, Izzo, he talking about Bad Bunny. Well, hold on. Let me see what he's saying. He trolling. And shout out to Bad Bunny, but you ain't got to keep telling us that. Uh, yeah, but Seaton is like everything about him is. He's still doing it. Hold on. All right, we got you, Bad Bunny. Everything about Seaton is tough. Everything. He got one on the offensive line too. What's the other one? He looked crazy. The other one on the offensive line. And matter of fact, they have a good center. That center at Colorado, he's real good. That center, whoever the center is, did he get hurt? Y'all know who I'm talking about. He's good. So they do the offensive lineman. I ain't got no problems with them. No problems with the offensive line. No problems. They have a certain look to them. You know when you got it right. They just look tough coming out the tunnel. Got the hand tape on. They just look tough. I met her, by the way, the one that they spamming. I met her at the Diddy trial. And they sitting up here spamming her name. I got an interview with her too, but they sitting up here spamming her. But yeah, they just look tough. They look like bodyguards. Yo, Khalil Benson, he about to go to the NFL. Yeah, what's your why? Coach Prime said that in his first year. What's your why? It's not just football, it's in any facet of life. Um, if you want to be the best at something, you have to keep putting in the work. But you gotta, if you, especially if you're doing something that you like to do, you don't care about the results. You like the process. You don't care about the results. Okay. You care about the process. You'll do this in your sleep, whether it's content creating, whether it's building cars, a mechanic, whatever the case is. If you like doing it, you'll do it in your sleep. Don't matter. The money will come. I know what he needs. I know exactly what coach needs. I need to go. I need to be a recruiter for him. Because let me tell y'all something right now. I have a tight end for him right now that's equivalent to um he's equivalent to Tony Gonzalez. I have one right now. He's a junior in high school. He has the build of Tony Gonzalez already. I ain't never seen no shit like this. I said to her, "What are you feeding him?" She said, "You remember when he was younger? He had big feet, big hands. He grew into them. This kid yo. He's 6'3" already, 6'4", just like Tony Gonzalez. He's fast, big. Look, he can even be on the offensive line if he wanted to. No, actually, no. He's not 300 pounds. He's not, but he can hit you in the mouth, and he got good hands, and he's fast. But I think he's going somewhere in the SEC. But the thing is, she wants him to go to Penn State because that's what she graduated from. She wanted to be a Nittany Lion. She wanted him to go to Happy Valley. They're recruiting him, by the way. They're recruiting him. Um, so the dogs are out there, but they're in high school. They there. They're there. They need somebody to go scout and find them. I don't give a damn if you got to go to the French Alps. If there's somebody up there, you got to go get them. I don't care if you got to go to Hawaii. You got to go to Samoa. Okay, I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna get you some hogs. If I got to go to Samoa to go get them, I'm gonna go get them. Hawaii, Samoa, all throughout California. I'm gonna go find them. Them Polynesians, I'm gonna find them. Oh yes, because I'll go to your house and go get you. Okay, all you gotta do is break bread with the parents. I'm gonna bring the hogs there. You need some people that you. I remember Coach saying it. He said you need some people that you scared of looking at them. You said Coach Prime said he already did the NFL. No, I'm saying that there's an article that came out that they mentioned his name as the possible next Cleveland Browns head coach. I don't know what happened with Kay Salter this year because I went back and watched his film. He has an arm. He does. He has one. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the pressure got to him. I don't know. But I look at Juju. He passed the eye test. Like he throws the ball away when he needs to. He's not going to take no unnecessary sacks, especially when he's rolling out. The defenders coming. If he don't find them, but he throwing it away. He gonna throw it away. He has a very quick release. He's very accurate, just like how he was in high school. How they were all billing him up and stuff. He's the same way. The same way. I never forget it. He was at a camp, and C.J. Stroud. This is when he was still at Ohio State. He was in back of him looking at him. No, C.J. Stroud was getting ready for the NFL, I think. He said, "Who is this kid?" He said, "Yo, what college he play at? What college he going to?" That's what he said. He looked at him. He was like, "Nah, he in high school. He a sophomore." He said, "What? He a what?" He said, "He's like a freshman." No, like he was a freshman at the time. He said, "No way. The way he throwing like that?" He said, "Yeah." So he has it. So I think they just got to go ahead and give him the keys at this juncture. Go ahead and give him the keys. Let him get his experience under the lights, and then build around him. He ain't gonna have. He ain't got no. He's not gonna have no problems having the bodyguards. He got Jordan Seaton. He got the other ones on there, so he in good hands with the bodyguards. He in good hands. Yeah, he's like a prodigy, right? So let's go ahead and give him the keys now. It's a little too late. They should have gave it to him by the fourth game. It's a little too late now, but it's at least he get his reps in. He get his reps in, and so he'll know that this is his team now. And I saw him on the sidelines after he scored his touchdown. He was saying to the receiver, "When I do this hand signal, I need you to do this. I need you to be in that spot." You know why he's doing that, right? Just in case if the play breakdown, he got an out. He know where somebody is because he's reading the defense. So he's like, "Look, just do this." So if the blitz come, he just dump it off. I know that's why he was doing it. That's why he was telling the quarterback, "Yeah, just do this, just do that." You s- let me just block. Let me just put you in. I don't like your picture. I'm putting you in timeout. I don't like your picture. You got a troll picture. I'm gonna put you in timeout to think about it. You have a troll picture. What's going on, Ryan? Man, you imagine that they hire Coach Prime the Browns, they'll start winning. They'll start winning. You said Prime job is not in jeopardy. I didn't say that. I didn't say his job was in jeopardy. I'm talking about the Browns. I remember CJ Stroud in the Snoop League too. That's how old I am. I remember that. Ain't that crazy? He had a couple NFL players in that league that's in the league now. One of them, Cardi B's, the dude that's messing with Cardi B, I think he was in that league too. God, I'm old. Somebody on here said that 50. Yeah, because what's his name? Let's go to what's his name is saying.
Making you just make a change to light a fire under everybody's ass because guys who just want to keep their jobs will do anything to keep their jobs. Again, but like Pat isn't going to get fucking hired by anybody ever again after this. This is his last job. Yeah. So just cut it. He needs to go now. He needs to be fired today. And I'm calling for. I know Pat personally. I can text him. I'm sorry. I love you, bro. You're my friend and shit. But shit's bad. Mm-hmm. And I don't give a fuck who you give the reins to in the offensive room. You got 3 offensive line coaches. Let one of them call the offense. Let Gerard call the offense and like construct a running game and see if we can actually change the way we do things for 3 weeks. And if we actually are coaching or if you're just managing mercenaries.
You see how he is? He said he's managing mercenaries. So he's calling it. Do you know why he's calling them mercenaries, right? Because he got them out the transfer portal and they're only there for 1 year. That's why he's calling them mercenaries. He hired a bunch of mercenaries, which he pretty much saying that this is not a team. What he don't realize is, look, just hold off, bro. Just calm down. Okay, calm down. It takes a while to build this team up. They're not there yet. It seemed like they were there because they had Travis and them there last year, but Travis and them was leaving. I said it last year. He's about to rebuild again. I said it last year. He's getting ready to go through a rebuilding phase again. And sure enough, he's having a rebuilding phase. Sure enough. Because the first year he only won 4 games. And he got the foundation right and they went to a bowl game. Well, guess what? It's about to happen again. They have to rebuild. He has to find that cornerstone player. He's gonna have to find another one. He can find them. He's gonna have to go get them. He got to find some more to complete that foundation. He has some right now. He got Draylon because Draylon gonna be pro, right? He's gonna be a pro. And I had said this when Shador was going through his pro day. Oh, guess who was looking at Draylon at the pro day? The Browns coach. I mean, the Browns owner, because the Browns owner was there. He was looking at Draylon. He was asking questions about him. And I had said during that pro day, I said, you know how big that was for Draylon as a freshman to be catching for Shador at his pro day? That means something. That means that Shador trusts him that much. He's going pro. That means he's special. For Shador to trust him to throw to him during pro day, Draylon Miller, he's special. He's a special. He's special, and Shador has identified it. He's special. That's why I said, watch out for Draylon Miller. He's going to be a pro. And now they're saying he's like Deebo Samuel. Trust me, I know I can see the talent. I can eyeball it. I can tell you. I can tell you who's going pro. Yeah, Jordan Seaton, that's obviously he's going pro. There's one more offensive lineman. I can't think of his name right now. He's going pro too. That center, definitely, he might have a shot too. Who else? On the team that's going pro. I said Draylon. Sincere Brown, he's gonna get a remember I said this, he's gonna get a roster invite. He's gonna get one. He's actually a pro. He's a pro. He's gonna get one. It's just that they're not getting him the ball. I don't know why. He's a deep threat person. He's gonna get an opportunity, especially if he has a good pro day. He's gonna get an opportunity. He's gonna get at least a roster spot. Or how do you say it? Um, uh, practice squad spot. Because it's kind of too late because the season is almost over and they didn't get him the ball. I wish they had got him the ball a little more. Um, I don't know. I think this is last year eligibility. Hill Green, the block bully. Right. I said that Cameron Silman, Craig Travis was holding the defense. Right. They don't have them no more. So now everything is falling apart because you lost a lot of stars and Levante Bentley. You lost Levante Bentley too. And Shiloh Sanders. He held it down too. But they do have the kid that's playing with the broken hand right now, Tafiq. He's a star. They got to keep him. He's a star. Trust me, he's a star. He's going to be good. And like I said, so they're developing him. They just got to get a little bit more and give it a couple years. They ready to go. Remember, I said it. They're rebuilding right now. They're rebuilding. And it sucks that nobody is giving him. They don't understand it. It's a staggered rebuild because they rebuilt from year one. They won 4 games, and then the second year they got to a bowl game. But guess what? They back to square one again because they lost everybody. So now, from this year, give him a couple more years, he's back in business. He's rebuilding. It's going to take a while. You got to be patient. I'm sure the athletic director knows this. He did bring in some linebackers. Remember, he brought in Goldberg. He's a linebacker. He brought in a few from high school. So trust me, man. Um, let's see what else he's saying.
Yeah,
that's what you're doing in Boulder right now, coaches. You're managing a bunch of mercenaries that don't know where they're at, don't give a fuck. They got their money up front. You better look, as a businessman who takes money up front and demands it.
Is that how they do it? They get their money up front? Is that how it goes, guys? You get the money all up front? Golly. Man, that's a good deal, dog. Damn. I'm in the wrong generation. I'm gonna have to tell old girl that, my friend, that. I said he gonna get his money up front. Your son, he's gonna get his money up front. She said, "What are you talking?" I was like, "The NIL, the back money, but not the NIL, the back end money. He gonna get that up front." So guess what? You're right. There's some people out there watching. I know he needs me to help. I know it. I'm a dog and he needs me. You said they got one big check up front? Yo, you know what I think could have happened? Some of them, think about it. Say if you get a check for $600,000, that is now in your bank account. You know how before you were hungry watching plays and shit and watching film, you ain't gonna be doing that. You and your girlfriend gonna be going shopping. Now you're gonna take a trip in the bye week. You're gonna take a little trip, a little vacay. They call it vacation. You're gonna go take a vacation somewhere to Miami. Okay. You're gonna go buy you a foreign or a Hellcat or something. You're gonna buy something crazy. You're gonna get you a Louis Vuitton pocketbook because you know the boys wear their pocketbooks now. And now you're comfortable. Now you don't watch no fucking film. You worried about getting the off-white sneakers. You trying to shop all day for some sneakers. Okay? You ain't in your playbook. You mean to tell me they got the money up front? Holy crap. That's how it is. That's how it is in college football. It's not just Colorado. No wonder these kids is like acting the way they act. No wonder. They all look like they just completed an Ocean's 11 heist. You know who they look like? You remember, and I'm not trying to clown them. You remember in Ocean's 11, remember the Chinese kid? You remember the Chinese dude? Yo, I'm not trying to clown. You remember after he got his share of the money, how he was looking? He had all these chains on. He had this new shit on. Like, bro, they pulled the Ocean's 11, man. So they ain't trying to sit up there and study no film. They think their athletic ability is good enough. Okay, I'm gonna study the playbook. I know the plays. I'm gonna dominate. They think that's good enough. No, it's not. You got to study film. Okay. You said coach said he went and looked on the parking lot, and the cars were real nice. When did he say that? The cars are real nice. They also in Colorado. They're trying to smoke, bro. Yo, man. You said depends on the deal if they get it all up front. Okay. Listen, you remember on Ocean's 11, the Chinese dude, after they got their share of the money, they were asking people, did they still have some money left? Because they need to pay back, what's his name? Because he caught him. and he didn't have no money left. He had all new shit on, like gold, and you can tell he was just blowing the money. I see some of them. They got the Louis Vuitton track. They acting like they in the NFL the way they coming into the way they coming through the tunnel. They act like they in the NFL. Shit, they not hungry, man. They not hungry. Not all of them. Seaton is. A lot of them not hungry. They got that money. Bought them a little Hellcat. Um, what other cars they buy? They like the Hellcats. Mercedes. Just so that the chicken heads could look at them. I'm telling you, that's what it is. Everybody was once young. We know the deal. You want to get you a little whip. You know, my day was a little different. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But that's what it is, man. And then the girlfriends, you know, they if you got a girlfriend and you that money gonna go fast. I'm just telling you this because they like this shop and they listen. I could take you right now to Canal Street in New York. If anybody's ever here, just hit me up because I'm in the New York area. If you ever here, just hit me up. I'll take you to Canal Street. I get you all kind of Louis Vuitton you want. Okay, you ain't got to pay all that expensive ass money. I could take you somewhere where it looks real. It's AAA quality. Okay, them rich folks be out there on Canal Street too. Say they don't, because I'll take pictures the next time I'm out there. Now, if you don't want to go to Canal Street, I got a connect right now in China. Right now, I'm not giving you the link here. Okay, I'm not doing that because I don't want everybody to have this connect. Everything is AAA quality. Okay, everything AAA quality, man. You said it's funny that Jimmy, LaJohntay, Travis, and others wasn't spending money like that. They were ballers. Okay, you're talking about Jimmy had a need to go to the NFL because he had to change his life. LaJohntay had a need and a hunger to get to the NFL. Travis had a need and hunger to get to the NFL. Okay, it's a different type of player. Jimmy wanted to go to the NFL. Okay, he had some things he wanted to do. LaJohntay the same way. Yeah, I'm sure they got a little money up front, this and that. You know, get a little wardrobe about themselves. But they were in that playbook though. Okay? They were in that playbook. There's an old saying, you give me a bunch of people that got heart and got hustle, I'll take them over talent any day. Yeah, they had a why. Yeah, Silman Craig is in the NFL. Yes, he is. He with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He sure is. He had a why. He was hungry. You said, man, I would be Colorado dripped out, no designer. Well, you can have designer, but you got to be in the playbook. You got to be like Jordan Seaton in the off season working out, transforming his body because he wants it. Yeah, he with the Jaguars. And he cut his locks. Yeah, he did what Travis did. They want it. It's in any facet of life. It don't matter. It don't have to be football. You got to do something. You know, you have to do it when nobody's looking. You have to put in the work when nobody's looking. It means if you got to get up early and you want it, you know what I'm saying? You see people in this space that do videos, they want that shit. I know somebody that go live 3 times a day every fucking day. That kid is he's gonna win one day. He one day something is just gonna the algorithm is just gonna show him love one day because he's working for it. It don't matter. It don't have to be football. It could be anything that you're doing. You could be a musician. You got to keep working at it. BJ Green too. He's with Travis too, isn't he? He with Jacksonville too. All three of them. Sure is. Yeah, Weston and Horn, they won it so damn bad, yo. I knew he wasn't gonna be denied. They kept their head down and kept working. He didn't give a damn. He dropped the ball here and there. His ass kept working. Jimmy Horn. He kept working. And I knew he was. You see how crisp he runs his routes? He runs routes really well. And I knew he made it. I knew his life changed when he got to Carolina, when the coach said that he has to slow him down. He doesn't know how to do walkthroughs. I knew his life changed. His life had changed then. His life changed forever. As soon as I heard the coach say that, yeah, he's going to be playing. Not only is he on the team, he on the bus on the game, going to the games. So that's right. That's all they need. We can talk about the coaches all we want. Yeah, they need coaches. We need this, we need that. Okay, cool. You need coaches. But what's up with the people when Ray Lewis said, do y'all lock in and cut your phones off? Only 3 people raised their hand. How you gonna win like that? Ray Lewis said after the game, he used to lock into his room for 6 hours. He wanted to know what Peyton Manning was doing. He wanted to study his opponent. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it takes. He said you have to give up what is pleasurable. You have to give it up. You might have to say, hey, listen, honey, look, I'll see you in the off season. I can't talk to you right now. I'm locked in because I need to get to the motherfucking NFL. Okay? So I'll talk to you whenever I talk to you. And matter of fact, I don't even think I can have no wife in the NFL. I don't think so. Because I'm into my playbook. I'm into this. I'm into that. I want to be great. But if you just want to party and this and that and go shopping all day and and carrying on, I ain't gonna do it. You can learn their tendencies. You can almost tell when they about to pass the ball. You can tell when they about to run it. It's just you got to find it. If you ever listen to damn, what's the name of that receiver? He breaks down film really well. He was talking to Steve Smith one day. He was like, "Oh, I see how you locked his hips." He said, "Yeah, you see how I turn and then I put my hand here and I locked them." And he said, "Well, what happens if the person grab you right here?" He said, "Okay, I'll move this way." It's muscle memory. It's automatic. So if the hand go here, he know where to go. It's automatic. That's how much he studied film. It's automatic. And then Steve Smith said, "What if y'all running side to side?" He said, "If you ever grab my arm," he said, "I'll just push my arm all the way down and then push your shoulder, and now you out the way." Just certain things like that. You say Cash was always studying film. That's what you need, man. You just need to. And I know some of the players, they probably like, man, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. They don't know what to. You ain't tell Ray Lewis that he ain't know what the fuck he talking about because he made y'all look crazy. You mean to tell me only 3 people raised their hands? How can y'all win like that? That's what he told y'all. He knew y'all weren't gonna win. Come on, man. You can't wait to see who gets traded tomorrow. Not Shador. Now they talking about trying to trade. Listen, now they trying to talk about trading Njoku. Did you hear me? Njoku. They ain't trying to win, dog. You can't trade Njoku, man. Or maybe he's asking to be traded. I don't know. But that's tomorrow. So you're right about that. The trade deadline. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me. But I don't know, man. I'm going to be listening to the news about Shador tomorrow to see what's happening. If he go to the Jets, y'all just wait for me to go live because y'all ain't going to hear the last of it. If he get traded to the Jets, I'm going to the stadium tomorrow. Fuck that. Guys, I'm going all the way to the stadium. Tomorrow, I'm going. I'm going to the stadium. I'm gonna go live in front of the from MetLife. I'm gonna go live out there. Y'all not gonna hear the last of it. Not gonna hear the last. Y'all gonna get like, man, here he go with this Jets, man. Yep. You ain't gonna hear the last of it, man. I will go to every last game, and I will get season tickets. I will try to get them. I'm not sure who it was that was talking. It's not him. Yeah, he knew they were full of it. He said, raise your hands. He said, I'm not trying to embarrass you. How many people after the game you come lock in, you put your phone down? Okay. You put your phone down and then you really lock in and get in your playbook and study your film. He said, damn, out of 70 people, only 3 people raised their hands. How can you win like that? Okay. So this is it, guys. Do y'all realize that they're not prepared? That's all. They don't watch no fucking film like they supposed to. See, they think, okay, well, Max, I look at 2 hours of film a day. That's not good enough. You're supposed to wake up and watch film and eat breakfast while you're watching film. Okay. And then after practice, you watching film at night until you go to fuck to sleep. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was there and also Equip to lead was there. I believe they were there to identify something. They might have been there to see what is to give him some kind of report. Because Equip to lead was there. And you know how he talked. He talked like me. Equip to lead, we're like the same. We talk, we say what's on our mind. And he was there. You said Travis knew who the quarterback wanted to throw the ball to, and he was able to bait him. That's what Cormani is doing now. Cormani McLean. He's doing the same thing now. And who do you think he learned that from? Who do you think he learned it from? He caught a nasty interception. He was chasing the dude down. They threw it in the middle of the field towards the end zone. He just grabbed it, and then he just looked at the ball. He was just looking at it. That was nasty. He got up and just looked at it. Like, you're not catching this. That's why I say some players, it take a few years for them to grow into their body. Some players are able to play right away, and some players they need to develop. He was one of them that needed to develop. It took a while. You said Shador is back in Cleveland. He was back the next morning. Yeah, we're gonna see what happens with this trade situation. I don't think he's getting traded though. You said that's all Travis did because he knew what he needed to do. He wanted to win a Heisman Trophy. When Travis was watching his little brother play, if you go to Travis' YouTube page, he was standing there, right? And there was one play, he said, damn, Travis, you giving it up. He knew exactly what was happening. He was just looking at how his brother was lined up. He said, you giving it up. You're giving the play away. So Travis, he knows tendencies. He can see it. I know he was with Prime at Truth Academy, all the way to Jackson State, Colorado, NFL. Right. He can recruit and he can evaluate talent. We know this. But we talking about the people now, they think he can't coach. He can't evaluate talent. And he evaluated a Heisman Trophy winner. Yeah, he injured right now. But he don't need surgery though. Yeah, he don't need surgery. He just need to rest, I think they said. So he's good.
In order to be in my program, I better fucking deliver. You guys got your fucking money up front. You don't get paid every 2 weeks and you ain't getting cut. There's no fucking waiver wire. So why are we trying to play professional football in college and giving these kids all this money, but there's no recourse to cut these motherfuckers? There should be about 10, 15 people cut today. We're workouts on Monday and Tuesday. We're opening up for tryouts. Anybody come in and fucking play better than this?
All right. You see right there? Even he's saying it. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. He's also saying it's the coaches too. He is saying that, but he did say they're not doing, they get all this money, they're not playing like they're supposed to play. So maybe that is a problem giving them money up front because damn, they don't get all this money up front. Shit, you know what they probably think? I'm gonna invest some of this money, I'm gonna do this and that. Fuck football. Because I ain't going to the league. You know, I'm done. But see, the real dogs, they're going to get the money and still be in that playbook. The money didn't affect Travis. He won a Heisman Trophy. It didn't affect him. Because he eats, sleep, and breathe football. Okay? You eat and sleep and breathe football. But some of these players, you know, they're young. They can't, you know what I'm saying, got the girls checking for them, got a little bit of ride, the girls looking. You know what I'm saying? The cookie cutters trying to see who go into the league so they can latch on. I'm telling you. You know, once you get your little girlfriend, then your mind is on this. Now your mind is on that. You know, you're a little weak now. You know, and you go into the mall a little bit more, trying to get her some red bottoms, trying to get her a Birkin bag or something like that, or something. Now, I can take him right down here to get him a Birkin bag that's AAA quality. You can't even tell the difference. See what I'm saying? So I don't care. The dogs stop because I know we keep talking about the coach. Fuck the coaches, man. Fuck the coordinators. I want to talk about the players because the players can make the coordinators look good. Travis made the coordinators look good, didn't he? Like, damn, he won the Heisman Trophy. Damn, the coordinator, he won. You know, you weren't even talking about the coordinators last year. We were talking about them the first year. We were. Ain't nobody worried about the coordinators. You got dogs on the team, man. We ain't worried about all that because the coordinators can't play. Coach Prime can't play. Coach Sapp can't play no more. Mathis can't play no more. You're only as good as your personnel. Trust me on that. You're only good as your personnel. If they ain't got the right personnel, they ain't gonna move and shake. Like Superman, he can have the cape and all that shit and the S on his chest, but he ain't out there moving and shaking. That ain't mean shit. What he got on. If he ain't moving and shaking, that cape and stuff don't mean nothing. How you gonna cut a player when you gave him 600,000 up front? You can't cut him. You gotta play this motherfucker. You gotta play. Oh my God. Bro, you can't cut him. You can't cut him. You paid him up front. I don't believe that. I'm not privy to the team, so I don't know their business. And I'm not trying to count nobody's pockets. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Um, I mean, Bryce Underwood got paid. That's what I heard. He got some ridiculous amount of money. You know what I'm saying? This is many pro now. It's a pro thing. He said Klay Thompson mine is on Megan Thee Stallion, and he's playing. I knew that was gonna happen. Listen, I knew that was gonna happen. But he had the tail end of his career now. He had the tail end of his career. See, that type of situation, you usually leave that until you're retired. You have to be locked in. Everybody can't lock in, guys. Everybody can't. Everybody didn't get girls in high school. And just imagine you ain't get no girl to hold your hand and go take it to the movies in high school, right? And now you got about 3, 4, 500, 600,000 in your bank account. Now you don't got your little Hellcat. Now the chicken heads are checking for you. Now you don't got a little piece of poontang, and now you ain't in your goddamn playbook. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Now you don't got your little piece of poontang, and you ain't trying to hear what Coach Prime talking about that damn film. You ain't trying to hear it. You getting you some poontang. Okay? And you think the money is not going to run out. You think it's going to be there forever. No, that money they're going to go broke. Straight up. They're going to go broke. Listen, why you bringing I don't know what Coach Prime is doing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Well, he's a, if why can't he have a girlfriend? You know what I'm saying? That ain't it. I'm talking about being locked in. When your nose wide open and you're getting a little piece of poontang, you're gonna mess up. You're not gonna be in that playbook. You're not. You'll be blowing routes and all types of stuff because you ain't watching the film. I think I'm telling you guys, that's the problem. Guys, go look at what Ray Lewis told him again. He said, how you gonna win like that? They making the coordinators look bad. Hey, we weren't talking about the defensive coordinator last year. Y'all were giving him his props. Yes, y'all were. You were giving him his props. Nah, Max, he came from the Bengals, man. He's good. That's okay. I said, well, he getting his feet wet. Nah, man. Nah, he's good, man. He came from the Bengals. Y'all were not dissing him last year, so stop. What has changed? What has changed is Travis and them not there no more. Silman Craig is not there no more. Shiloh is not there no more. They need to go find those people that's just like that, and they'll be straight again. So give him a couple years, man. Give Coach Prime a couple years. Let me see what this guy. He's still jumping out the window. Let me hear.
Damn.
Well, we can't do that with these guys, but they are certainly getting paid and acting like pros, and the coaches want them to act like pros, so they can't coach them up because the kids have totally checked out, bro. There were 3 or 4 times watching them huddle up. Half the fucking group was just staring into the fans, not paying attention. The breakdowns are weak as fuck. No one has any fucking hype. Everything's false and fake. People walking off the field at halftime, snickering and laughing. Everybody covering their mouth. Just like when you saw Shador covering his mouth with Ray Lewis when they're talking.
What's the deal with that, man?
That's the thing at CU. We can't let anybody see what we're saying.
Yeah, what is this?
Eat our lips and
See how he is, man? He's going ham on him. See, he's saying that the players have checked out. That's the problem, guys. I'm telling you. They got the money. That money ain't going to last, though. It ain't going to last. He did. contextual. He did hang up on somebody on camera. He said she ain't talking about none. He did. I don't know who he hung up on. They come second. Women come secondary. When you're trying to get to the lead, they come secondary. Like they don't. You can't have no relationship. That's how I knew CD Lamb was gonna go places when he got drafted. And people. We were having a draft party at my boy house. This girl got mad with me because I was laughing. I said, "Look how he grabbed that phone back from him, and look how his mother was side on." I said, "He going places." And they said, "Really? Like you really looking at something like that?" Yes. Yeah, because she don't need to be having his phone. She was with somebody else. Now she with trying to be with somebody else now. Trying to get her another baller. Somebody stupid to take her. You see what I'm saying? You said why bring Shador in it? He knows the media looks for anything. Right. He just getting on any, but Shador ain't got nothing to do with it. So what he got his hands on his mouth talking to Ray Lewis? Because he don't want you to know what he's talking about. Like you just said. Because he know the media will run with anything.
Yeah, because everything's fucking like it's a secret or this is some fucking I don't understand it. You're not a fucking spy. I'm not saying it about they can do whatever they want. I'm saying every player was doing it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're doing it, walking out the field, talking to each other like, yo, dog, we're getting our motherfucking ass. I can't wait to go on the transfer portal and get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I hear you, dude. This is getting fucking terrible.
Shit.
Why the fuck are we getting beat 38-7 at halftime? Who gives a fuck? It's Halloween. There'll be some big booty white bitches out on the hill tonight. We'll be able to go out and fuck some of them tonight. So who gives a shit? They don't care if we win or lose, right? Because we got a little bit.
You hear, yo, this dude is wilding, yo. He said they're gonna be some big booty white, yo. He wilding. Matt wilding, yo. He wilding. No, that's how he sounds when he start yelling. That's how he sounds. Oh, he gets worse. I'm not gonna play it all. He gets worse throughout the show. He really goes off. But he said the players were doing the same thing Shador was doing, like covering their mouth. He said they checked out. He said the breaks were like people staring up at the stands, and yeah, they checked out. It's a bad product on the field. They got a bad product, man. Yeah, they have a bad product, man. That's all it is. They're gonna have to fix it. Like, all right, we gotta go. I hate to say it, man. They're gonna have to hit the hood up again. They're gonna have to hit the hood up, man. They're gonna need somebody like to go to the homes. They need somebody like I could do that. They hire me, I go to the homes and recruit. They need to go to the homes, man. You said they already resent Prime trying to run it like a HBCU, like having like the stars up there and stuff. Yeah, they have said some slick stuff about that.
Of money. All bitches like money. Oh yeah, this is bad for shit. We're just gonna go out. Fuck it. We're already down 38-7. I might as well go into the fucking locker room and get out my vape pen and fucking hit it. You want some? Oh, you're fucking right. I want some, dog. Let's go. Oh, fuck yeah. And then going at halftime. Fuck it.
I'm laughing, but this is fucking like, I mean, this is bad. This is
so
fuck.
Look, as I vent, to see the pain in Hannibal's eyes and mine as the two ex-players and ex-captains and ex-NFL guys standing there in the crowd full of help, or you're down and out, you can call somebody and they're going to fucking help you. Because not everyone's going to the fucking league. Not everyone's Shador and Travis. It's supposed to be bigger than just the two guys on each team that happen to be fucking ballers and go to the league. Everybody's good, just not everybody gets the same opportunity and same fucking, same love by the media and shit. So it's bigger than just that. And it just seems to me like Colorado and Coach Prime are trying to just package this. We're going to send you to the NFL, and this is just a springboard. And before I got here, there was nothing here. It was a wasteland. And look, they were on hard times, but that's not fucking true. That's a lie.
The
and
past
it's
has
not
been
true. That's pissing me the fuck off.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I would say to this group. Probably nothing.
Now, did they have players there before Prime? Yeah, they did. They had Gonzalez there. He transferred to Oregon. He played at Colorado. Jerry Rice's son played at Colorado. They did have players at Colorado before he got there. They did. Gonzalez played there. He's one of the top cornerbacks in the NFL right now. He's in like the top 5 or 6, top 10 cornerbacks in the league, defensive backs in the league. Yes, he played at Colorado. He transferred to Oregon. They had the dogs there. They just weren't winning like that. But yeah, they had a few. They had a few NFL players there. He is committed, but they don't see it that way. 50 is fabulous. They don't see it that way. They negating the fact that he did have some health issues and he bounced back and he said, I'm gonna be there for the training camp, and he was. And then he had another surgery and he was back coaching the next day. They don't care about that because they didn't care for him in the beginning. I'm telling you, they did. Yeah, Lamar Jackson told him to take all that out. Yeah, they didn't care for him from the beginning. They didn't like the height. They didn't like how he let the players go. They didn't like when he said he bringing his Louis luggage. They didn't like any of that. They just was trying to find a way to hate on him, and then they got their way now. But here's what's funny, though. If Coach Prime stay another couple years and he start winning, I'm going to remind them of what they said. I say, because y'all was sitting up here talking crap. I mean, everybody going to go through the ups and downs. He ain't got the personnel right now.
Nothing to say. I don't have anything to say. No one's going to listen to what I fucking say. They don't listen to Ray Lewis and Michael Irvin and shit. What? And again, like, it's, why would they?
Right.
Well, what do there's no one cares, bro. The kids have totally shut down.
Did you have a chance to take a listen to Coach Prime's press conference after the game?
Oh, yeah, I listened to it. I listened to the last 9 minutes on the radio and tried to, justify Mark Johnson and Coach Barnett and Andy Lindahl talking about cupcakes and shit because it was 52-17. Yeah, and then I listened to the press conference on the way home, and it was something.
I want to play a snippet here before we bring our good friends at Buffton Prime in the show here. But here's Coach Prime saying, this is an interesting snippet here. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. But the gist of it is, I know what the situation is, I know what the problem is, and I'll fix it. Take a listen.
I'm saying I don't have the answer. I have the answer. Yeah, I have the answer.
So I'm just asking because you've said if I knew, we would have done it.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm trying my best not to say what I want to say. I'm trying my best not to give everything, but I'm trying to be transparent because you deserve that. You all deserve it. You guys have been truly kind. Some of you, most of you, anyway. And I don't get it there about the criticism. I'm telling you, it's on me. Criticize me. I've been criticized when I came out the womb. The doctor didn't even like it. I'm good. So it's on me. But I know what the situation is. I know what the problem is, and I'll fix it.
Okay, so then go fix it.
Yeah, sure. But also, I mean, I wish they'd ask some tougher questions, Don.
Well, look, at least I thought Brian asked a pretty hard question, and he dodged it and, made it. He's okay. I've been talking about this for 3 years, too, but Coach Prime plays the media like fiddle now. And he even in a really, really terrible spot that he's in, 105 points given up and his offense looking inept and benching his quarterback again, and the fiasco that is going on in Boulder, he still figures out a way to manipulate everything and make it sound relatively good for him. Right. So
you see the disrespect? He's being disrespectful. He's being disrespectful now. See, I come from an era where you always treat people with respect because you never know when you're going to need them. You never know when you're going to run into somebody and you're going to need them. You always be respectful. He does not have the personnel on the field like he's supposed to. He don't have it yet. And he's rebuilding again. He didn't have the personnel quite right in year one. But then he built the foundation in year two. They were good to go. And then after year two, we knew Travis and them were going to the NFL. He had to rebuild again. So he's back to square one a little bit. But he did get the offensive line right, though. He did do that. But he still needs some key pieces to the puzzle. Once he get those key pieces to the puzzle, he's ready to roll. Yeah, he don't have to tell them his plan. But see, these type of people feel entitled. They don't like us. I'm just telling you this. They don't. They're not to be trusted, and they're backstabbers, and they don't like us. They don't like the fact that he got a gold jacket. They don't like the fact that he does have a gold jacket. He do have a bunch of gold jackets, but they don't care about that. They don't care about none of that. They don't like the fact that Shadour's name is on the wall on retired. They don't like that. They were okay with Travis. They weren't okay with Shador. I'm being real here. I know how these people operate. Yeah, I don't trust them. They always two-faced for sure. Not all of them, but I can identify the ones that are. Even the ones that are making videos, they never liked them either. But now this is their opportunity to, oh, well, I don't know, maybe he need to go. Guys, that's all y'all got is him. Because y'all not relevant. As soon as he leave, I'm done. I'm not talking about y'all ever again. I'm never talking about Colorado ever again. I'll be done. I'll be done. If he's not there, Bucky not there with the camera, I'm done. But see, they don't care about none of that because they didn't like all the attention that he brought. They don't like it. They don't like it. They didn't like Shador with all the cars and stuff. They don't like it. I'm telling you, they don't. They don't like it. They didn't like all the rappers coming up there and this and that. They didn't like it. And it's showing with the disrespect.
Look, bro, look. Coach Prime taking the responsibility. That's his job as the head coach. He's the leader. I respect it. That doesn't cover up the fact of what's happening. Everybody's open for criticism and ridicule. There's more people in the world that know a lot about football that aren't on that staff. And we walk around like the only people that know football in the world are on that staff because they played professional football and are Hall of Famers. After those individuals on the coaching staff up there leave, other than Andre Gerard, there's no tie to Colorado anymore. They just go get another job. Okay, so what I'm trying to reiterate, and I keep going back to, is when you are down and when things are when you're against the wall, the only thing you can rely on is everybody around you. This is a group. It's not an individual sport. I can play as hard as humanly possible, but if the guy next to me is not going to do it, and the guy next to him's not going to do it, then there's two empty jerseys on
14. If you watch the tape, they're running flood, which is in sail, which is a cover 4 beater. They're not running post down the field. And if you remember that game, Salter missed Omarion Miller late. That was wide open on a post. That was the first time we ran a post that entire game with the slot. So they're not attacking teams. They're not scheming specifically for the teams that they're playing. And each week I show what these teams are going to struggle at and how you beat them. Switch releases is something that's been available against every team they've played that play man coverage. They don't do that. So that's a huge part of it, is the fact that they're
football league. Everything in college football, Bailey and chat, is built on tradition and what you've done in the past. Every fucking thing.
Facts.
The only thing that they build for tradition in Boulder, the only thing that they care about is Ralphie. They like have a huge video about Ralphie's tradition, but they don't give a fuck about anything that came before it. And that's okay. You can do your own thing and build your own history, but you've always got to understand that, like, bringing it all together encompasses everyone, not just the new fans. The staff. I don't give a shit what you've done in the past. We're talking about right now. You need to figure out a way to motivate this group, or the group needs to figure out a way to motivate y'all. But something's got to change, because, gentlemen, if you think that this is acceptable in any way, shape, or form anywhere, not just in Boulder, you do not understand what you're doing. You don't understand the business.
I'm really hate the fact that Coach Prime went there and made that school all that money, because they don't respect it. He probably should have stayed in HBCU. He should have stayed there, dog. The only way he probably went there because it was a good opportunity, because Shador would have the opportunity and Travis to play in the Power Five. So it was a good business move. But I don't like that they made all this money off of him, because they don't respect him. They don't have no respect for him. They don't care that all the money that he generated there and got a new TV for the stadium with all the money and new field. They don't care about that, man. They think they're above us anyway, by birthright. It's a character flaw that they have that will not be cured. It's an incurable disease. It's a character flaw. I don't give a fuck what people say I'm trying to make it. I already know. I don't live half a fucking century. I know. Okay? So I don't care what nobody say. I don't sit here and just keep talking about stuff like that. But when people start disrespecting, I know where it's coming from. They never liked him. That's why he don't have him on the squad as a coach, because he identified how he is. That's why. Okay? Who the fuck is he to tell him how to coach? Who the fuck is he? I would never sit up here and say, well, he need to do this and he need to do that. He need to, like, who am I? I ain't nobody to sit up here and tell him how he need to run that team. Now I'm overstepping my bounds. But I do know one thing though. He don't have the personnel. He don't have the personnel. Like if they was sitting on the sidelines and sitting there laughing and talking, he don't got the personnel, man. He got to have the personnel. When they lose, they damn near in tears. There's one person that he have on that field. I know he's one of them. He got the mentality. That's Jeremiah Brown. He has the mentality. Did you see how he was acting on the sidelines? He was like, fuck. You see how he was acting? You need more people like that. Yeah, these people, man, they don't think they only see us as entertainment. Like, as long as we out there running and catching balls and stuff like that, they only see us as entertainment. They don't see us as humans. Some of them. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about some. They don't see us as that. I don't see them as human anyway, so the feeling is fucking mutual. Because I see them as aliens. Okay, so the feeling is mutual. And it's only certain ones that I'm identifying. They got the hate in them. It's them. At the end of the day, I mean, let me put this in perspective real quick. It's just fucking football. That's it. It ain't a big deal. Just football. If you really want to think about it, it's just football. Yeah, Colton Hood did go to Tennessee. That hurts. If he did go to Tennessee. And he's having a good year too. Yeah, they don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I just know one thing though. I know for a fact he ain't got the dogs on that team. I know that because Ray Lewis said it. Y'all ain't gonna win like that. Y'all ain't sitting there really getting locked in. Y'all not getting locked in. Y'all not locked in. Jeremiah locked in. Jeremiah Brown locked in because he cares. I can tell what he was acting on the field when he was like yelling. I could tell. Jordan Seaton is locked in. I could tell. Tafik is locked in. I could tell. They have a few on the team that's locked in. But overall, they don't have everybody. They don't have everybody locked in. There was a famous video going around on Twitter with the old Alabama defense in the locker room psyching each other out. The way they were talking to each other, he said, "We're gonna go in there and we're gonna perform a motherfucking heist." He said, "We're gonna go in there and be disrespectful, and we're gonna go take it from them, and we're gonna get back on the bus and get on our plane and go about our business. That's what we're gonna do." He said, "They got to see me." He said, "They got to see me." He said, "It's all this." He said, "They got to see me." He said, "It's up right now. It's up. They got to see me." Okay. He said, "We gonna give them hell for the entire first and second half. We're giving them nothing but hell." They need that mentality, and they need to psych each other up. We gonna give them motherfucking hell, and it's personal. They're not gonna come up in here and run 400 yards on us no more and be disrespectful. It's not happening no more. Okay, it's not gonna happen. That's it. You got to make them people fear you, like how Chidozie was making them, was fearing them, putting fear in his opponent. That's how you got to do it. Coach Prime had it going to the point where he had two players from HBCU on his team drafted today. I mean, got to the NFL. The cornerback, and he had a defensive lineman that had transferred in from Florida to Jackson State. He went to the NFL. He played. But that's it, man. It's like, these people talking, but I knew they were going to wait. I was waiting to see. I was like, okay, you better do this, you gotta do this and fire this. Y'all don't know what's going on. I bet you them coaches talking to each other like, yo, man, if they only knew, man, we ain't got the dogs on this team. We ain't got them. What can you do if you a coach and you like, what you gonna do? You could be the greatest coach in the world, but if you ain't got the artillery, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Chidozie was very disruptive on that line. Very disruptive. He fought and fought and fought. And you know what I'm saying? That's what they had last year. But hey, man. Anyway, we're gonna see, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna see what happens with the trade deadline. I don't think nothing's gonna happen with Shador. Um, but if something was to happen, and he get to the Jets, watch out. I will be back. You know I'm gonna be back. Just look for me. But I don't think he's going nowhere. He said freed up the linebackers and the edge rushers. Yeah, Chidozie was very important. He was very important. And he identified them as being soft. That's what he said. He said, how many fights you had in camp? You can't even think of one, can you? You remember we used to do, right? He said, we used to beat up on Ron. Ron killing y'all right now. Y'all soft. He said that. When they had Jalen Wester there. Hill Green, Levante Bentley. Come on, man. Yep. They had him there. He called them soft and lazy. You can't cure that. Y'all know that, right? If somebody is soft and lazy, they're not dogs. You're not gonna get it. They don't have that burning desire. They want it all right now without working for it. So how you gonna win like that if you got a bunch of soft and lazy people on defense? That's why you got 400 yards rushed on you. Okay? End of story. I don't care what nobody's saying. These coaches ain't got to go nowhere. They just need the personnel. Guys, thank you for watching. And you know I'm going to be back. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. Peace.